Alright, my peeps, I'm here with another prediction game video for Survivor Series 2014. As you can see, this is Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. So, when it comes to this matchup, ever since Hell in a Cell, when Bray Wyatt interfered in that Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, I had a hard time, deciding, or not deciding, because I'm not the one who decides, but I had a hard time thinking who would win this matchup, because it was obvious they were going to have a matchup soon. They were going to have a match probably at the next pay-per-view, which, they're having this Sunday at Survivor Series. But both of these guys need a win right now. So to pick a winner, or to predict a winner, is pretty hard, at least for me. Personally, I think this is one of the hardest matches to predict on the card. This and the Divas Championship match, AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. And like I said, it's because both of these guys could use a win right now. Bray Wyatt, I think his last match before he left, or before he took that break or whatever, I think it was Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt in a steel cage, or he might have had one more match after that. I'm thinking it was the steel cage match, or at least that's the one I remember. If he had a matchup after that before, we hadn't seen him for a while, I don't remember what that match was. But before that feud with Jericho too, Bray Wyatt had suffered his first loss against John Cena. And John Cena won the first match in their feud, and then he also won the last match, which is pretty much the match that counts. The last match in the feud, that determines who won the feud. And then, of course, Jericho. Once he started his feud with Bray Wyatt, Jericho won the first match. So, both Jericho and John Cena have scored victories over Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt hasn't lost too much. He hasn't lost too many matches, but there's two guys that have beaten him, and they're Jericho and Cena. And Bray Wyatt was, he was built up as a pretty dominant superstar, and he still is, somewhat, but after that feud with John Cena, he didn't, I guess, look as strong. Especially after, the WrestleMania match, there was interference from, the Wyatt family. At that time, of course, Luke and Eric Harper, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were still with Bray Wyatt. And despite their interference, John Cena would win. And even when Bray Wyatt won against John Cena, he had Luke Harper, he had Eric Rowan interfere in the steel cage match. It was practically a handicap match, but John Cena still won. So, Bray didn't look too strong, especially in that, steel cage match. And when it comes to Dean Ambrose, while he's looked strong in his, in his feuds and his pay-per-view matches, he hasn't won a single pay-per-view match since the Shield split up. He just recently lost the Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins, which I think many of us thought he'd win. So, both of these guys need a win. Question is, who gets that win? I'm going to go ahead and say Bray Wyatt, because this is his return matchup, his first match back from what seems to be a renewed push for Bray Wyatt, with him going on his own, and him losing his first match back, if they're trying to push him again, wouldn't really be too good for Bray Wyatt. And also, usually when a feud starts between a face and a heel, the first matchup is won by the heel. In most situations, most of the time. So, for that, I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt as who I think is gonna win this match. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, you can click that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And I'm out. See you guys.